Hello, and we're going to talk about the quadratic equations, okay? So with quadratic equations, remember we say the quadratic expression is just ax squared plus bx plus c. Now, if we equate this to a zero, then automatically it becomes a quadratic equation. Now, the same methods that we used when we were carrying out the factorization, okay, are the same methods that we're going to use for the quadratic equation. So the aspects of the trinomial are what we're going to use. Number one, the nuggets, we need to find what we call the standard form. Standard form is whereby everything is on one side of the equal signs and then the zero is left to be on the other side. After the standard form, you need to factorize. After factorizing, you'll have your two brackets, and then we have what we call the dot products. Okay, dot product simply tells us that if we have two numbers that we multiply and we get a zero, one of the numbers must be a zero. So either A is a zero or the C must be a zero. Now, if you take these numbers or these variables to be brackets, then we shall be having the two brackets being equated to zero independently. All right, so let's get to the question. So we have 3x squared is equal to 5x. Please and please, okay, when it is a quadratic, the degree of the expression is 2. We expect people to get two answers. Okay, they have to be two answers regardless of what type of answers they are. The linear, the exponential, the what at our level, yes, we can get one answer. But when it comes to a quadratic, we must get two answers. What this means is that we should avoid canceling out what we feel is common across, okay? Like part A, do not be tempted to say there is x common, so we can cancel the x and cancel the x. No, that would be wrong, okay? So let's create a standard form. So 3x squared, let's move the 5 that side, minus 5x is equal to 0. Then let's take out what is common, which is the factorization part. So x is out, we shall have 3x minus 5 is equal to 0. All right, then let's apply the dot product. So it's either the x is a 0 or the 3x minus 5 is a 0. So x is a 0 is the first answer. Then we just need to solve this linear equation as well. So move the 5 that side, 3x is 5, then divide both sides by 3. So our other answer will be 5 over 3. Leave it as a fraction, you're done. Okay, we are done. Part B, we have x minus 7, and then x plus 2 is 10. Now, what I need to caution people with this kind of sum is that there is another scenario. Let's say if we have x minus 7, x plus 2 is equal to 0. This is the dot product straight away. We apply the dot product where x minus 7 is a 0 or x plus 2 is a 0. Transpose that, x is a 7 or x is negative 2, for as long as we have a 0. Now, if we have a 10, you have to open the brackets up again, okay, unfortunately. So that's going to be x squared using your FOIL. Then this and that is going to be a plus 2x minus a 7x, negative 7 and 2 is minus 14. Let's move the 10 that side. Minus 10 is a 0. Let's simplify by collecting the like terms. So x squared, this and this is going to be minus 5x. Minus 14 and minus 10 is minus 24 is equal to 0. And then from that part, we need now to factorize, okay? Do not get tired, guys. Ne? Factorize that. So I have x and x. My product is negative 24. My sum is negative 5. Which numbers are those? I can use 8 and 3. Ne? Negative 8 and a 3. So say negative 8 and a positive 3 is equal to 0. Does that make sense? Yes, makes a lot of sense. So this x minus 8 is a 0 or x plus 3 is a 0. When I simplify that, x should be 8 or x should be negative 3. All right, so that is what happens, and that is how we would have gone about with that question. Then part C, we have x squared minus, or x equals 6x plus 27. Okay, so we're saying x squared, okay, equals to 6x plus 27. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna do the same thing. Let's transpose everything. So x squared minus 6x minus 27 is equal to 0. This is the first step. You always get a mark for this, for the standard form. Then do your factorization. We see that the product is a 27 and the sum is a negative 6. So if I look at 9 and 3, that's a negative 9 and a 3. If you plus this, we're gonna get a negative 6. If you multiply, you get a negative 27. So x minus 9, x plus 3 is equal to 0. So x minus 9 is a 0, or x plus 3 is a 0. Simplify this, x is a 9, or x is negative 3. And then this will be our answers. All right, so remember I said 2 answers. Then lastly, we have 3x into x minus 2. Okay, is equal to, we have 9. Bracket, open up the bracket. The trick here is that they want people to say 3x is equal to 9 and then this whole thing is equal to 9. That is wrong. That is wrong. Let's open up. So 3x squared minus 6x. Let's move the 9 minus 9 is equal to 0. But there is something common, which is the 3. Let's divide through by 3. Okay, so whenever you have equal signs, just divide through. You don't need to factorize. Eh? You don't need to factorize what is common in this case. So it's going to be x squared minus 2x minus 3 is equal to 0. This is the simplified version. Then let's factorize this out now. All right, so x and x, product is negative 3. The sum is negative 2. The numbers of focus will be 1 and negative 3. So x plus 1, x minus 3 is equal to 0. When you get to this level, just switch the signs within the brackets and get the answers. So x is negative 1, or x is a positive 3. That is what we do with the quadratic equations. So I'm going to stop there with the quadratic equations. If you have any questions, any queries, just feel free to slot them in the comment section. We shall respond. Bye-bye.